Footwear plays a major part in any sports. If you didn't have ice skates for ice skating, you wouldn't be able to ice skate. If you didn't have football cleats for football, you wouldn't have any traction, you'd be sliding all over the place. Wouldn't be a good thing. My favorite sport is soccer, and without soccer cleats, I can't even imagine how bad it would be to actually play. Football boots, better known as soccer cleats, have made a big improvement since King Henry in the 1500s. They've gone from an everyday protective apparel to highly designed and cutting-edge product. We're going to look at how soccer cleats have evolved, all the different types, and all the benefits of them. In the 1500s, King Henry VIII had his shoemaker make the first football cleat, and they were made of strong leather and they were ankle high. They weren't very comfortable. And then in the 1800s, they made this football boot. It was steel-toed. They just had nailed things in the bottom of them for the studs. They weren't comfortable at all. They were long-laced. They were just like a work boot with nails in them. And then in the 1900s to the 1940s, there was two brothers, Adolf and Rudolf Dassler. They started producing football boots in 1925. They had 6 to 7 replaceable studs, which are these. You could change them for different weather conditions. And in 1940 through 1960, after World War II, they started producing a lot lighter soccer cleat, which focused on kicking and controlling the ball. And then in 1948, the two brothers split. Adolf Dassler produced the Adidas company, and then Rudolf Dassler produced Puma company. Puma company, they produced a shoe called Puma Atom shoe. Which were these, yes, and they had interchangeable studs. They were over the ankle still, but they were a lot lighter than they were when they started making them. In the 1960s, they started going a little lower cut. Can't see it very well, but it's a little lower. This allowed them to move faster because their ankles weren't as stiff. And then in 1979, Adidas produced the best-selling cleats. They were made out of kangaroo leather, which was very light and flexible and stretchy, and that focused on the speed. And in 1980, the best improvement was done by a guy named Greg Johnson. They were designed for better traction because they had more studs on the bottom, more power when you're running and kicking, and better swerve when you hit the ball. These were released in 1994. They were an instant and lasting success. You see a lot of soccer cleats like this, but just in different colors. A lot of major manufacturers that produce soccer cleats are trying to come up with ones that are a lot lighter, but more protective, because since they're so low on the ankle, it's really easy to roll your ankle, and getting kicked there isn't very pleasant. Soccer cleats have come a long way. Now we're going to look at all the different types. These are firm ground cleats. They have molded studs in the bottom, and they're either just long or they're triangle. Then there's soft ground cleats. There's just a few studs, and this is for more of like playing in the mud, and it gets a lot better traction. As you can see, they're a lot longer. They're replaceable, and you can change them out if you needed to. But if you were to play on hard ground with these, you could easily have a bad injury. These are hard ground cleats. There's tons of little studs, as you can see over here, and it's just for solid ground, basically, outside. They're really good for frozen fields. these are turf. You can't see it very well, but there's not really any studs on the bottom. Okay. And then these are indoor cleats. It's just like a normal, it's like a soccer cleat, but it just doesn't have anything. It's like a bottom of a shoe. So as you can see, there's tons of different soccer cleats for different weather conditions. Now we're going to look at, okay, done with the power slide. Now we're going to look at all the benefits they have. So these ones, oh, that's good. Okay. Studs help a lot. They're good for traction. Good for traction and easily when you come, like changing direction rapidly, like really fast. These ones have little pokey things right here, so it's good for gripping. They're very, very light and flexible. They fit your foot really well. And then my ones that I just got, they have rubber right here, so it's really well with managing the ball. It will grip on the ball a lot easier and just better control, in my opinion. And the soccer, like the shoelace is over, so when you hit, because you hit the ball right here, so the shoelace wouldn't be in the way, as you can see the difference. Okay. So as you can see, soccer cleats have evolved a lot. There are many different types, and there's a lot of benefits for wearing them. Soccer cleats have made a big improvement since King Henry in the 1500s. They've gone from everyday protective apparel to a highly designed and cutting-edge product. So next time you guys go and put on any kind of footwear for sports, just think about how much they help you and all the benefits and how they help your performance. Thanks.